So guys, we got a question. We've actually got several questions on this one, and I figured we'd finally do a video on it. I think I've done one. The question comes from Heather. She says that she's wondering if I can do a video on some takedowns from the knees. She says that her school sometimes gets packed and they sometimes start on the knees, and she's wondering if I have any tips on how to deal with the exchanges because she's having trouble with them. And so I've also got a question from a guy recently who said that he was up against a really big guy. He was up against a guy that was about 60 pounds heavier than him, and they started on the knees, and they started doing this. They just wrestled around here. They tried to tip each other over here, pushed and pulled, pushed and pulled. And at the end of the 6 minutes, he was exhausted, and guess what? He didn't do anything. Before I show you guys anything, I'm gonna say this. I think that you're better off just playing from a position that we actually play from, right? Like, you're never going to be here in a jiu-jitsu match. You're never gonna be here in a fight, right? You're always gonna be either here or somewhere in a position on the ground, like in guard or something. So for me, like, years ago, one of my students asked me, he said, Chewy, like, why do we start from the knees? Because we used to, right? And I was like, I don't know. And I thought about it for about a week, and I realized the only reason we were doing it was because it was the way that I had done it when I started, right? Because back in the day, we just started on the knees. So now we don't start on the knees because I think it's important to either start on the feet, or if we're gonna start down on the ground because we get packed too, we get lots of students, we just start from a guard position, full guard, half guard, butterfly guard. We start down on the ground here, okay? And actually get some jiu-jitsu, because for the person that asked the question about the 6 minute back and forth tipping thing, you literally had 6 minutes on the mat and you got no jiu-jitsu in. You basically just push and pulled in a position that's you're never gonna be there in an actual match or anything else. So you did that for 6 minutes, you got nothing out of it. So I'm gonna show you a couple options that you guys can have if you do have like a school that practices from the knees. But more than anything, guys, if let's say the match starts and we're on our knees, you should be either down on the ground somewhere within about 30 seconds. 30 seconds is cutting it pretty long, right? You should be on the ground somewhere. So here's a couple things. So first off, if you're wrestling from the knees and you feel like you can't take the person down, grab the neck, grab the arm, get inside control, right? Always, that's kind of the goal. Whenever we're doing some sort of takedown related stuff, we get inside control, collar, neck, arm, anything like that. And I'm gonna sit back and pull the person in. I'm gonna play from a guard, or I can even sit in, if you play butterfly guard, you can go right in here and then boom, shoot right into your butterfly guard, okay? Any of that stuff's fine, okay? Now, if you're dead set, I've gotta get a takedown, okay? I'll show you one that maybe you'll help. Is get really close to the person, okay? And all I'm gonna do is in a really quick motion, I'm gonna let my head shift to this side. I'm gonna get an underhook and an overhook, and I'm gonna step out to the side and trap, just like that, okay? Trap the person's arm, and I'm gonna roll. And me and Chad, we're wrestling from the knees, all this stuff, silliness, okay? What I'm gonna do is gonna go from here, I'm gonna go to the side that I'm gonna sweep to. So I'm gonna throw him to the left. So my head goes to the left side, okay? Grab the tricep. I'm gonna step up on my foot and get the underhook at the same time. So it'll go from here to here, okay? So that's the motion. So one really quick motion, okay? So we're here, I step up, bang, here, and drive right over, okay? So that's one, again, and you wanna do that quick like that, that pop, because that'll knock the person off balance. One more that you could use is just get in here, grab the wrist, and do an arm drag of some sort to like a turtle. So again, forehead to forehead, grab the wrist here, or I always grab wrist, even in the gi. So hold it down, right at the wrist here, thumb connected to the wrist, pass the arm to the side. You can step up if you need to here, pull, boom. Go to the side, one more time on the other side. Again, working on the inside, grab the wrist, step, arm drag, pull, and cover, and you can get to a turtle. Guys, if you start rolling from the knees in your gym, you know, the timer's probably up somewhere, just kind of have it like internally in yourself. You want to be rolling on the ground as soon as possible. So go for a takedown of some sort if you know something from there. If the person's really big or you just can't get the takedown going, just pull guard, play jiu-jitsu, okay? And for some of you guys that say that you're scared because you don't want to play from the guard because the person's maybe big or you don't want to get smashed or whatever that is, again, then you need to be there that much more because you need to learn how to defend that stuff, okay? So you need to go towards the place that's uncomfortable to you, you know, again, because you need to build it up. So I'm done talking about rolling on the knees. I'm never going to answer a question about rolling on the knees again, probably. Maybe not, who knows? I don't know if you do anything.